All right, everybody. Hey, I just wanted to kind of show you this. The Worx Pegasus table, folding work table, I've showed it off before. That's this cute little thing. Folds up. It's offered by Worx, part of their support area category, down here in my little mini basement shop. And I seen Worx has got their own compound miter saw, battery powered, which I love the idea of battery powered, but things that are battery powered don't always have the power of something that's a plug-in. Just kind of like the category, when they talk about things that are gas powered in the lawn gardening field, battery powered chainsaw doesn't always have the power of a gas powered or lawn mowers, etc. Well, in here, corded tools sometimes, most times, oftentimes, until probably the last few months, really have always been more powerful than cordless. We're starting to see some changes where we're starting to see actual corded power. But by and large, we're still at the very beginnings of that, and we're going to really start seeing more gains in the future, but not right now. Point in fact, I've got my good old Performax corded compound miter saw here. I love it. It works well for me. I can get it to zero up and give me good, clean cuts. Good accuracy when I need it. That's, for the stuff I work on, this saw has been everything I wanted to. But I a lot of times need to take it outside instead of keeping it in my little tiny shop here because I'm working on long boards. I'll work on 16-foot long boards, cutting them down to size, doing cross cuts, and I can't fit a 16-foot long board down in my basement workshop. I got to take it outside. You know what my problem is? I haven't got around to putting an outside outlet outside, so I can plug in, take this thing outside, and then what would I set it on? Up until this point, I've worked on, your traditional take a sawhorse, put a sheet of plywood on, a couple sawhorses, but that's not the most stable thing in the world. I've actually had saws like this, and unless you bolt them down, they're not really the most secure. They can slide, especially if you get a lot of sawdust built up, gets under the feet. If it's warped a little bit and it can get underneath the pads, then all of a sudden you got a saw sliding around. So I wanted to see, because after looking at the Worx miter saw, and it says that it fits in, well, I'm looking and it's got these channels where the clamps slide in and the clamps lock into the table. Okay, so that's a really nice part. You're working on material, working on a board, a door even, or something. And you need to keep that thing in place, not bouncing around, whatever. These clamps locked into the table channels here work beautifully. I thought, wouldn't it be cool, since the Worx compound miter saw fits in here somehow? I don't know if it's the same way even, but I wanted to see, does my good old miter saw fit on this Worx table? Because what a way to work outside, right? I just need to get my doggone external outlet going. Yeah, I know. So I thought I set it down on here, and if you notice, let's take a up look like this. The feet, the base, where the feet go, are right over the channel. I mean, almost perfectly on the channel. It's about 17 inches from center of this hole to the center of this hole, 17 inches, and by golly, it fits those channels exactly. So then I thought, well, wow, how great is that? And it kind of seats in a little bit anyway. It fits in there. I'm like, okay, that's a nice fit. It's a good support. The table will definitely hold it. It'll hold 300 pounds. So, I mean, we're definitely not in a problem. How do I keep it there? Because again, I have the worry of I've had saws on tables on surfaces slide. Well, I thought, well, let's put the clamps in. So I put the clamps in, and then I set this back down inside the clamp area, okay? Now, by having this locked, see, this part locks. This don't move, but you can push this, okay? So I can kind of lock that in and push the bar so that it's all the way that way as much as it's going to. Okay, so this bar now with that end right here is as far out as it's going to get. But I don't need this bar when I clamp it. Watch. See, it pulls the bar with. See that? We don't need that, okay? So we're going to push this back again. We don't need that to work that way. But let's just take this and we'll just slide the pad up, leaving the bar in the table. And now I can clamp it without really extending. And look at it's locking on to this leg. And we'll do the same thing. We'll go over here, slide that forward, leaving the rest of the clamp bar in there, not sticking out here where it can get in the way. And look at that thing tighten. Okay? And now, this is not moving. I don't have to worry about it sliding back or forth. I don't even have to worry about it sliding side to side. I literally can pick the table up because it's clamped in so tight. And the clamps are low enough. The clamps are lower than my material support area. So they're not even in the way, really. So, once again, my Pegasus work table is saving the day so that I have almost a perfectly fitted work support outdoors for my compound miter saw. If you ever were thinking, hey, I want to be able to take my miter saw or maybe a table saw top or something and get it outside in a place where it's not going to, where I can get more done, this, my friends, is the way to go. Thought I'd show you that, and I'll hopefully get to play with some more stuff and see how it all fits together with my work support table and other stuff. All right, y'all. Have a good one.